Hey everyone, Melinda Thigpen here with Usborne Books and More, and I wanted to take a few minutes and introduce you to some of my family's favorite resources for Classical Conversations Cycle 1. I am a homeschooling mom of 4, and this is our first year being involved in a local Classical Conversations community. We are loving it. So this is our Lift a Flat Picture Atlas. Love this book. This is actually the very first Usborne book I ever saw or owned. It comes with a full-size map that you can pull out and hang on the wall. In your schoolroom or anywhere in your house. Of course, this year we are studying Africa in Cycle 1. So I love how brightly colored these maps are. That's really going to appeal to all of your visual learners. It's just the colors just pop off the page. We've got simple text going on here for all of your auditory learners, and we have a lot of fun interactive lift-a-flaps for your hands-on learners. And the reason for that is that studies have shown that if you hear something, you're going to remember so much of it. And if you hear it and see it, you're going to remember a little bit more. But if you can hear it and see it and do it or handle it, you are going to retain an incredible amount of that information. And so we try to incorporate that into all of our books, or as many of them as we can. This is our Look Inside Mummies and Pyramids book. Again, it's a lift-a-flat book. These are nonfiction texts, so you're getting a lot of history information going on here. And you don't have to worry about the tabs because Usborne has an amazing replacement policy, which basically means that if your child goes through and rips these tabs, or if you drop your book in a puddle on the way to class, or if it's just gone through several children and several cycles and it's really starting to show its wear and tear, you can contact me and I will help you get a brand new copy of the same title at half price. So it's a great replacement policy there. I don't know of any others like it. This is our Ancient Egypt Jigsaw book. I love this book because when you open it up, on the left-hand side of the page, you're going to have some text and pictures, and on the right-hand side of the page, you're going to have an incredible picture going on. But it's even better because the pictures are actually a puzzle. And so your child, as you're reading about ancient Egypt, or as you're working on memory work, during quiet time, or as you are maybe reading through Mystery of History or something like that, your child can be listening and they can actually be hands-on. They can be putting these puzzles together. It keeps their little hands occupied, engages all of their senses. We love those books. Internet-linked Greeks, Ancient Civilizations through Alexander the Great. Internet-linked Ancient World History. I love the internet links on these books because what it is you can go to the internet link on each page. See here, in the corner of the page, you can go to that link and you will pull up so much factual information about that time period or that particular topic. And so it's really helpful for your challenge students as they are preparing for possibly for research papers, or also if you are just preparing for presentations, or just really have a child that wants to learn more about a particular topic that we talked about. So this is the Sticker Picture Atlas of the World. Again, lots of really nice maps here. And let me flip here to Africa. So we have Northern Africa, and we have Southern Africa. And again, each page is going to have some kind of information going on, as well as in the back, the child can find the sticker pictures that go with each page, and they can pull those stickers off and place them on the page as they learn about each fact. And so I love those. I actually have one for each of my children. This is our Ancient Egypt sticker book. Now we do have a mummy sticker book that would be for your slightly younger children. This is a little bit more in depth. This is Gods and Goddesses. Magic charms, the royal tombs, the mighty Nile, and it goes through, it has temples and tombs and Egyptian clothes, King Tut, the discovery of ancient Egypt, and then in the back, again, lots of beautiful stickers that the children can use to place on those pages, or even to put on a presentation if they wanted to not put them on the actual page in the book. They could use it as a presentation as well. Time Traveler. Love this book. Your child can put on their magic time traveling helmet and travel back through. We're going to have Rome and Romans. Kind of has a day in the life, in the streets, at home, what they do at school, and so forth. And then again, we also cover, so we have a lot of text, story of Rome. And then again, we have pharaohs and pyramids here. I love the map of the Nile. It talks about the Fertile Crescent. It talks about so much. Fun way for your child to be introduced to history and to the different cultures that we are talking about in classical conversations. I will point out that there are a couple pages here that do have some skimpy clothing on the natives, so be aware of that. You may want to take a magic marker, cover it up, maybe use some whiteout if you're worried about bringing that into your home with younger children. A lot of art books, all the way from basic beginning art all the way up to learning about famous artists and even copying some of their works. We have the flashcards as well, so you're going to pull out, on each page is going to have the picture, and then on the back a little bit about the artist. It actually covers who, where, when, what, and why. So I love that. We have we have a famous painting and artist sticker book as well. This is our classical music sticker book. There's a lot of the classical music era, composers, and so forth, and then has stickers in the back again to go along with it. Moving on to math, our illustrated math dictionary. It covers basic math, counting, skip counting. Love this book. You move on to your illustrated math dictionary for elementary age students. And then we actually even have one that's a little bit above this level, so you can check that out on our website as well. I love our learning wrap-ups. 10 days to addition mastery. We have the subtraction, we have multiplication, division, and fractions. The child can take the wrap-ups out, they can wrap as they answer the questions, and then they can flip it over. It's self-correcting, so they can make sure that they've got the problems right. This is our first 1,000 word in Spanish, but we actually have a first 1,000 word in Latin. I just didn't have one to show to you today, so I wanted to show off this particular book. It would be the similar thing, but it would be using Latin words instead of Spanish. So I encourage you to check that out on our website as well. Moving on to our science, 50 science things to see and do. Now keep in mind that every book I'm showing you today, we have over 1,700 books on the website and in our catalog. So there are so many books I can't even have time to show you. But this is our 50 science things to see and do. We have science activities. We have science with water, science in the kitchen, science with plants, science with air. This is one of my favorites, 365 science activities for children. Lots of information as well as actual activities that they can do. Love that book. As they get a little bit older, we have our more elementary. This is what is physics all about. We also have what is science all about and what is biology all about. The what is science all about does cover a little bit of chemistry as well. Discover why things fall to the ground, how sound travels, so forth. I do want to point out that there is a page at the very beginning that references the Big Bang Theory. You want to be aware of that. Use it as a teaching moment for your children there. Illustrated Dictionary of Chemistry. Very easy to understand, clear definitions of terms, lots of bright colors and diagrams going on. Again, these are internet linked. Biology, physics, lots of cross-reference links included. Complete book of the microscope. We also have one that's a little bit lower level, but I love this book and my children do too. So show that off. Complete book of the microscope. Our dictionary, illustrated dictionary, it actually has over 1,000 colored pictures in it. So I love this for your young children as they're learning their skills of going to a dictionary and looking words up. We do have a source that just came out too. It's illustrated. I love it. Encourage you to check it out on our website. Children's Encyclopedia. Again, links to over 800 different websites, video clips, games, lots of homework helpers. And then as you get to your challenge age, we have the big complete books here. This is the Encyclopedia of World History, Encyclopedia of Geography, and of Science. Now I will point out again that especially these older ones, they do reference evolution, Big Bang, millions of years, so forth. You want to be aware of that. Some parents choose not to have that in their homes at all, and others choose to overlook it because of all of the great information that is included in the book, and just use those few pages as a teaching moment for their child. So totally up to you, but I do want to point that out. If you have a question about the content of any particular book, feel free to let me know and I'll work with you to find a book that meets your needs. Lots of phonics. Sorry. We've got lots of phonics readers here, so all of your earlier learners will love those. Dual readers, simple text on the top. It's got dual storylines, the simple text on the top, more complex text on the bottom. So child can read the top and parent can read the bottom. The child goes into every page being caught up on the storyline. Our illustrated classics, I would encourage you to check those out. This is illustrated stories from Dickens, illustrated stories from around the world. We have Shakespeare. We also have Greek myths and legends, which would be a fun one to go along with Classical Conversations Cycle 1. Beautiful books, come with their own bookmark, hardbacked with padded cover. And lastly, I wanted to show you that we do have these learning palettes. Now, these again are self-correcting, so the child, we've got math, we have letters, we have reading, so forth. So the child can learn on their own. They can take these discs, they can place them in the learning palette and put the answers by removing these colorful pegs, put the answers there, and then they can flip the card over and self-correct because all of the colors need to match up. So I love this resource. We actually have a video that just demonstrates this if you're interested in learning more about the learning palettes. So those are some of my favorite resources for Classical Conversations Cycle 1. I look forward to answering any questions you might have and to helping you get these books into the hands of your learners.